This is going to be my first video in the Java course, and what I forgot to mention in the introduction was what's going to be mainly different about my course is most of the courses that you'll see around the internet are going to be taught by people that are around, that have had like many years of experience. I just started learning Java about a couple months ago, but I've been trying to learn it very in depth, and I've had experience with with other programming languages. So I don't think the people that have been teaching these courses that have had so many years of experience realize what things were more difficult than other things, because they've been doing it for so long. They don't really remember how it felt initially to learn programming. So I'm going to be touching more on the subjects in programming that I think people find more difficult, and spending a little less time on the things that people that start to learn programming find a little easier. So let's dive straight into creating a project. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm using NetBeans IDE, as you can see right here. It is an IDE is basically a type of platform that you can use to write your code, and I prefer NetBeans IDE, but a lot of people prefer Eclipse. So it just depends on what you prefer. So I'm gonna just create a project. I'll show you guys how to do this. You're using NetBeans. So you go to you click on this little icon right here. Go to Java. Click on Java application. Pretty simple. Name your project. Let's just call it learning project. And then you can find a project location, but I think I'll just leave it like this because I don't really feel like creating an actual location for it. And then just click finish. Simple as that. So then, as you can see, all of these different files are being created and the console is being loaded. A console is basically like it's basically like this little thing that's going to be at the bottom of your screen around here. It's still loading, I think. Oh no, actually never mind, it's done. But basically what it is it controls the input and output from the user. So if you told your program to add something and the user would have to input the numbers, you would input the numbers, the user would input the numbers that you needed to add in the console. And also all the stuff you need to display is going to go in the console. I'll show you that soon. Okay, so then now I'm going to open the console, and I can just do it simply by clicking this run button, which is going to be used to run all of our programs in this course. So I just run it, and yeah, there the console is, all across the screen like that. It says output learning project, which is the name of our project. Okay, so let's get on to the code. So basically, all of this code right here, I will not go over right now. I'll go over in part 2, because this all has to do with object-oriented programming. And not necessarily, I mean, kind of this part, but I don't want to explain all of this right now because it might confuse you guys. So let's just start off with the most basic things in pretty much all programming languages, not Java. So let's start with how to actually display stuff in the console, how to print in pretty much all programming languages. In Java, it looks like this. So basically what this is doing is this is going to print hello world. So let's see it in action. Click this button right here, and there it is. Surely enough, hello world. We can change the text to whatever we want. We'll call it just hello, maybe. Just hello. And run it again, and there hello is. So this basically just lets you print whatever text you want to the console. And it's very useful for just, it's probably one of the most useful things in purely command line console projects. So then let's move on to the next thing. So the next thing that's useful and very easy to learn is just simple addition and subtraction and simple mathematics in Java, which can also be used in any programming language. All these skills that I'm going to be teaching in this video can be used in other programming languages, but not the exact same code. So let's start with just basic addition. Just put in any problem you want. 1 plus 1. And watch. 2. Works with this. It works with, let's try multiplication. Here, I'll try to make it a little more complicated. We'll just put in 282. Let's multiply that by 2. And, yep, 564. And division. And then subtraction. Yep, so it has everything. And there's also this one unique operator called modulo. And it's basically like a remainder. It gives you the remainder of anything. So then, since this will give, the output will be 0, because if you completely divide 282 by 2, there's not going to be any remainder, so it's just going to be 0. See? 0 right here. So you can do all of this stuff. That's going to be the addition operators. And then the next thing I'm going to be teaching you guys is variables. And variables are a little more complicated, but I'll try to do some simple variables. I'm not going to go over the more complex stuff in it, like other different data types. So in this video, we'll stick to 2 data types. The string data type and, whoops, that's weird. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, the string data type and the integer data type. Yeah, it's acting up a little bit. So, both of these data types are how you create a variable. And a variable is pretty much just any sort of, it's something that holds a value. So, for example, let's create a string data type. So we'll call this string this variable. It's like in math, an algebra variable. String hello is equal to hi. And always remember to put a semicolon at the end of every sentence. See how I did it with this, but I didn't put anything in this print function. That's why it's giving me an error. And I successfully defined this. And what else you can do with this is you can print it out. Here, let's just use this. I'm gonna take off this for a second. I was gonna show you that for the integer data type, which I'm gonna show you next. And I'll show you what you can do with this. So instead of you wanting to literally print out hi, you can just refer to the variable name, and it should print it out fine. As you can see right here, hi. This would be especially useful if you have something really long. You wouldn't want to type it all, so let's use something random. And there, see? Just like that. Prints it out. And so let's go into the next data type that I'll be showing you. And we'll call it by the same name since I already have this print function to them. And let's define it. So this is how you define it. You have to start off with this int, which stands for integer. And let's call it hello. And then let's assign it to the number 14. It's an integer value, so it cannot have a decimal amount, but it can be negative. It just can't have a decimal amount, because that's what the data type limits it to. So then we can try the same thing, since we already referred this variable. I deleted the string variable, so it should work like this. Yep. Easy as that. So let's move on to the next thing, called concatenation. By the way, there are more data types, but I'll explain the other ones in the next video, just because I want to explain this concatenation method. It's pretty useful. So let's say we had a string variable. Let's call it word, and we set it equal to my name is. And watch what I'm gonna do right here. I guess I'll just set another. No, how about I say my age is? That's gonna make more sense for what I'm gonna do right now. You might already know what I'm gonna do. Probably do. Okay. I'm gonna use this. Oh, whoops. And I just have to simply do word plus age, and watch what's gonna appear in the console. Oh, I accidentally put another parenthesis. And look what's in the console. My age is 14. And this is how it works. Since this is the name of the string variable, my age is, and then this is age, and then I printed the variable, my age is, and then 14 next. So it's just going to go consecutively. My age is 14. It's just pretty much just combining the two into one statement, one line in the console. And I had to put a space right here so that it would look nicer. Otherwise, the 14 would just come right after the semicolon. It wouldn't really look clear. That. So yeah, that's pretty much what you can do with that. And this is the end of this video. But if you want to try something out at home, or if you want an assignment, homework assignment, if you want to test out your skills, try writing your own code that will print to the console your name is equal to your age. So example, if your name is John, the console should print John is equal to whatever your age is. So let's just say John is equal to 24. That should print in the console. And if you do it, just comment your code and we'll see if it's correct, which it probably is. I'm not sure. If you're having any problems, as always, just comment down below and I'll help you. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.